To the north, in one of the 9 zones that divide the galaxy into artificial borders within the area called Northern Dependencies, is located the Waymancy system, a place where it shares a name with the Waymancy Holo. Among the countless star systems that exist within the system, over the years a group with religious tendencies called the Sisters of Machinesmith emerged. At some point, this group took possession of various devices with the technology of the Republic, and for hundreds of years, this group was arduously studying even the smallest circuit and understanding the technological level to which the Republic had reached. The final product that the Sisters of Machinesmith had arrived at was the creation of extremely efficient power generators. The gun was already placed on the table. There was no one to pull the trigger, and the ones indicated for the task were the Signatories of Waymancy. The year 7811 before Battle of Yavin was the time of first contact between the Republic warships and the warships of the Waymancy Holo region. Believing in fanaticism and territorial cleansing, and with the technology granted by the Sisters of Machinesmith, the Signatories of Waymancy targeted both the Republic's military assets and its civilian settlers in the northern dependencies, inflicting large casualties, initiating the so-called Waymancy Storm. For the Republic, this event was a paradigm shift in technology, since, for the first time, they faced an enemy that surpassed them in this, and the military power that the Signatories of Waymancy had within their ranks was enormous, with active of war constituted by armadas of wives of Tingripa, the mercenary army of 4.6, a Neshtavi nest on the celestial body of Tantara, and bounty hunters and mercenaries from the world ocean and from the planet Musara. Mercy was a word that the Signatories of Waymancy didn't know, causing massacres and misfortune in civilian populations of the Republic. Varanth, Sunkanovikan, Tantara, Himalaya, Vriday, and Peg were the places devastated by the natives of the Waymancy system. In the year 7786 before Battle of Yavin, 25 years after the beginning of the conflict, Supreme Chancellor Nagratha gave a speech remembering and commemorating the victims and heroes who both brought victory to the Republic as well as those who perished. Greetings and my thanks to Chief Sergeant Suko for his presence at today's service. Thank you to all the veterans present and to all those watching on your homeworlds. It was your sweat and courage that won the victory we now commemorate. Victory in the Waymancy Storm has been celebrated every year since that solemn glorious day, 25 years removed. It will be remembered long after I have left office and long after all of our lives have passed into history. Victory brought liberation to the brave settlers of the Rim, and those settlers have since brought new generations into the galaxy. Fresh-faced and hopeful faces that live lives untouched by the war. They are our legacy. They are the legacy of every Republic soldier who fought, every Republic settler who resisted, and every life that has left behind on the battlefields. Those sacrifices will never be forgotten. What did the Waymancy Storm mean to the Republic? More than any conflict before or since. The Waymancy Storm found us outmatched in the technology of war. Though we outnumbered our enemies 100 to 1, the frightful killing machines wielded by tyrants absent of conscience inflicted terrible losses in our ranks. The mercenary army of 4.6 carried cannons that spat out hailstorms of energy so thick they appeared as constant beams of fire. The armadas of the wilds of Nagratha sailed arrogantly between the rim's beacons, boasting that their weapons could puncture any Republic hull and that their shields could soak up any Republic counterattack. As their onslaught continued, their bloodlust deepened. At Upper Friday, 10 million settlers saw their lives extinguished as the land was put to the torch. The Republic defense of Warren allowed a near-complete civilian evacuation at the cost of an entire battle group and its personnel, who never flinched in the face of their duty. At Sunkanovika, the enemy massacred every crew member of the 40th Flotilla when a bold gambit to boost their shields failed and left them dead in space. War is never welcomed. Our republic wasn't founded on blood, but on the principle of peace through cooperation. Yet, this war was necessary. The signatories of Waymancy had to be stopped. Whatever their aspiration and inspiration was to bring about this war, we were never interested. Some believed in nothing at all beyond the cold logic of machinery. But the wholesale murder of settlers and their families, that could only be practiced by those who believe in evil. Liberating the Northern Rim was never in question. All Republic residents are equally valuable. After mourning our losses, we citizens rose up as one to deliver a response. Our uniform ranks swelled with determined volunteers. The factories of the expansion region churned out armored galleons and crawler mechs. Spies and code breakers worked day and night to interpret an ocean of intercepted data. My mother was one of those brave citizens. And deep behind a security barrier in an Axiom shipyard, technologists struggled to reverse engineer the weapons and starship generators the Navy had captured. For a while, we in the Republic possessed an unquenchable fighting spirit. Our enemy had a cold, automated edge. After studying our technology for 1,000 years inside the Waymancy Hollow, the Sisters of the Machinesmith had improved on our designs in nearly every way. Their ships could fly farther and faster. Their energy shields could withstand anything fired by our battleships. Their pulse wave weapons packed a rapid-fire, armor-piercing punch whether mounted on a cruiser's hull or carried in the clogged fist of a Musaran bounty hunter. No, we will never have given up. But without the scientific breakthroughs made on Axiom, the cost in Republic lives will have been far greater. And you did it. We the Republic did it. Armed with boosted pulse rate carvings, the Republic rocket jumpers routed the Nashtavan nest on Tantara. Bearing an experimental shield generator and a shimmering new energy skin, the cannon ship Squintpipe threaded the enemy formation at Imali, halting the orbital bombardment and sending the surviving ships scurrying for the jump beacon. Chief Sergeant Suko was among the soldiers inside the battlefield, paying a high price for peace, losing both legs to a Doshan raider. In the end, we all know the story of the Republic's latest advance and the atrocities unleashed by our enemies. But what we choose to remember is the story of the war as told through the soldiers who refused to desert their fortification at Pave, or the fleet element that held the line at the Second Battle of Friday. We remember the veterans who have gathered today and whose brothers and sisters in arms have accompanied them in spirit. We remember the ravaged wars of the Northern Rim that now thrive. Our shouts of triumph then echoing the cries of every baby born into a Rim family now. A hyperspace sinkhole is all that remains of the Waymancy bridal seat, and on 1,000 rim worlds, the flag of the Republic flies high. 1,000 more will join them, with 1,000 more right on their heels. This is our reward, bought with the service and sacrifice, with blood and hardship. Today we salute those who earn the reward, and we honor the memories of those who have gone to the rest. In the name of the Republic, may peace reign eternal.